Most people believe success happens in a single moment. One lucky break, one brilliant idea, one opportunity. But that's rarely how it works. Success usually begins with something much less exciting. Frustration. And in 2024, a 22-year-old young man had plenty of it. Every morning looked exactly the same. Wake up, check his phone, scroll through social media, watch people his age talking about money, watch entrepreneurs showing luxury cars, watch influencers claiming they had escaped the rat race. Then close the app and return to reality. A reality that felt painfully ordinary. No business, no freedom, no financial security, no clear path forward. The worst part wasn't being broke. It was feeling stuck, because deep down, he knew he was capable of more. He just didn't know how to get there. Then, one evening, something happened. A video about artificial intelligence appeared on his screen. Then another, and another. Within weeks, AI was everywhere. News channels called it revolutionary. Tech companies called it the future. Experts predicted it would change the world. Some people believed AI would create millions of jobs. Others believed it would destroy millions of jobs. Nobody could agree on what would happen. But everyone agreed on one thing. Something big was coming. Most people reacted emotionally. They became excited. They became scared. Or they ignored it completely. But the 22-year-old became curious. And curiosity changed everything. He started researching AI every day. Not because he loved technology, because he loved opportunity. He wasn't interested in how impressive AI looked. He wanted to know something much more important. How are people making money with it? The answers disappointed him. Most people weren't making money. Most people were making content about making money. They were selling courses, selling dreams, selling shortcuts, but very few were showing real results. That realization bothered him. So instead of watching more videos, he decided to do something different. He started studying businesses, and that's when he noticed something interesting. Every business had problems, expensive problems. Some needed content, some needed marketing, some needed research, some needed customer support, some needed systems, and almost all of them wanted to grow faster. Suddenly, a question appeared in his mind. What if AI could help solve those problems? The idea seemed simple, but simple ideas often change lives. The next morning, he opened a notebook and wrote down one sentence. Find a problem. Solve it with AI. That sentence became his mission. For the next few weeks, he learned everything he could. He tested tools, studied workflows, watched case studies, read articles, experimented constantly. Then he made a decision. Instead of trying to build the next billion-dollar startup, he would start small, very small. He would offer AI-powered content services to businesses. The plan seemed straightforward. Businesses needed content. AI could help create content faster. Businesses save time. He gets paid. Simple. At least that's what he thought. Reality had other plans. His first week was brutal. He sent 47 cold emails, not one reply. The second week was even worse. 63 more emails, one response. It ended in rejection. By the end of the month, he had contacted over 200 businesses. His total earnings, $0. Not 10, not 5, 0. At that moment, most people would have quit. After all, there was no proof it would work. No guarantee, no certainty, only rejection. But he kept going, because every rejection taught him something. Some emails were too long, some offers were too vague, some businesses didn't understand the value. Slowly he improved. Then on day 43, everything changed. A small e-commerce business replied. The owner wasn't interested in AI. He didn't care about technology. He cared about one thing, sales. After a short conversation, the business owner offered him a project worth $350. It wasn't life-changing money, but it felt like winning the lottery. Not because of the amount, because of what it represented. Validation. Someone believed he could solve a problem. Someone trusted him enough to pay. For the first time, the idea became real. The project took nearly 4 days. He used AI to speed up research, AI to generate ideas, AI to organize information. But he also spent countless hours improving the final result. When he delivered the work, he waited nervously. Then the client responded. They loved it. A week later, the same client returned. Then referred another business. Then another. Momentum had begun. 3 months after starting, he earned his first $1,200.
Not exactly a fortune,
but enough to prove he was moving in the right direction. 6 months later, revenue crossed $10,000. For the first time in his life, making money online felt real. But something unexpected happened. The more clients he gained, the more overwhelmed he became. Messages never stopped. Projects kept arriving. Deadlines multiplied. Some nights he worked until 2 in the morning. Other nights he barely slept. What started as freedom was becoming exhausting. Success had created a new problem, burnout. One night, sitting alone in front of his laptop, he seriously considered quitting. Not because the business was failing, because it was growing faster than he could manage. He had become the bottleneck. Every task depended on him. Every decision depended on him. Every client depended on him. And that wasn't sustainable. Then he discovered a concept that changed everything: leverage. The wealthy understand leverage better than almost anyone else. Leverage allows one person to create results far beyond what would normally be possible. Businesses use leverage. Investors use leverage. Technology creates leverage. And AI was perhaps the greatest leverage tool he had ever seen. Instead of doing everything manually, he began building systems. He automated repetitive tasks, created workflows, developed templates, optimized processes. Tasks that once took 6 hours now took 30 minutes. Projects that once required days could be completed in hours. The impact was enormous. Revenue increased, stress decreased, time expanded. And for the first time, he wasn't just selling his effort, he was selling systems. That changed the economics of the business. By month 9, revenue crossed $30,000, then $50,000, then $70,000. The numbers felt unreal, but another challenge was approaching. Competition. As AI exploded in popularity, thousands of people rushed into the market. Every day brought new consultants, new agencies, new experts, new gurus. Social media became flooded with promises. Many businesses became skeptical. Many opportunities disappeared. Many newcomers failed. Watching this happen taught him an important lesson. Most competitors were selling AI. He was selling results. Businesses don't care which software you use. They care about outcomes. More customers, more revenue, more efficiency, more profit. That difference protected him. While others competed over tools, he focused on solving problems. And solving problems never goes out of style. Then came the biggest breakthrough. One afternoon, a client asked a simple question. "Can you do this for my second company too?" At first, it seemed like an ordinary request, but it triggered a realization. He wasn't selling AI services. He was selling a repeatable system, a system that worked, a system that could be applied again and again. That realization changed everything. Instead of creating custom solutions from scratch every time, he began refining repeatable processes. Scaling became easier. Growth accelerated. Clients stayed longer. Referrals increased. Revenue climbed faster than ever before. Month after month, the numbers continued rising. Then one ordinary morning, something extraordinary happened. Coffee in one hand, laptop open, dashboard loading. He refreshed the page, then refreshed it again. The number remained unchanged. $100,284. For a moment, he simply stared. Not because he couldn't believe the money, because he remembered the journey, the ignored emails, the rejected offers, the sleepless nights, the uncertainty, the fear, the moments he almost quit. The number on the screen wasn't just revenue, it was proof. Proof that action beats intention. Proof that consistency beats motivation. Proof that opportunities reward those willing to move before certainty arrives. Most people will hear this story and focus on the $100,000. But that isn't the real lesson. The money was never the secret. The secret was action. While millions of people watched videos about AI, he learned how to use it. While millions debated the future, he built for the future. While millions waited for perfect conditions, he acted despite uncertainty. And that difference changed his life. History follows the same pattern again and again. The internet created opportunities. Social media created opportunities. E-commerce created opportunities. Smartphones created opportunities. And now AI is creating opportunities. Most people won't recognize them until it's too late. A small group will recognize them early. An even smaller group will take action. Years from now, people will look at those individuals and call them lucky. But luck is often just preparation meeting opportunity. They'll see the success, but not the sacrifice. They'll see the money, but not the struggle. They'll see the result, but not the years of uncertainty behind it. And somewhere right now, another young entrepreneur is opening a laptop, learning a skill, testing an idea, taking a risk, building something nobody else believes in. Maybe they'll fail, maybe they'll succeed, but one thing is certain. Nothing will happen if they never start, because the biggest opportunities rarely announce themselves. They appear quietly, disguised as curiosity, disguised as risk, disguised as uncertainty. And by the time everyone else notices them, the people willing to act have already won.